Everybody, it's August here. It is, what's today? Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, September 28th, 2021. Wanted to do a quick live. I have something going on tomorrow. Check out my Instagram page, my Facebook page. I'll put it in my stories. Maybe I can put it on my Facebook post. But I have a really fun thing I'm doing tomorrow night. Can't talk about it, but you'll see tomorrow night. Wanted to cover a couple topics, and I know I'm starting a little bit early, but I have a client coming in that I got to see, and you might be able to see Lucy is up here. There she is. That's Lucy, and this is her in a Jedi outfit. Anyway, so couple topics, one, two heavy ones, and then a couple of light ones. The first heavy one. Right now, there's this thing going on in Washington. They're going to shut down Washington. They're not going to shut down Washington. In 2018, Nancy Pelosi is like, how you shut down a government when you have control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency? That this should never happen. How do you do this? And meanwhile, now the Democrats are in complete control, and they're going to shut it down. And here's the bottom line. Look, again, you guys know I hate both sides. Both sides are full of it. We went through this in 2018. We're going through it now. The whole thing that's making me laugh is I love when politicians say, this $3.2 trillion, it's free. It's free. This thing pays for itself. It's free. No, it's not free. Nothing pays for itself when the government spends money. See, printing money, which is what the government does, doesn't mean that you're actually just giving away stuff that's free. Because if you print money without getting money in, well, then you devalue the dollar. Quick lesson for you. Economics 101. Here's the second part of it. A lot of people don't know this. There's only two ways our government makes money. Our government is not in the business of making money. They don't produce anything. They don't do anything but BS us all day. So here's how our government makes money. One of two ways. Sell bonds, okay, or raise taxes. So do the math. In order to pay for all of this stuff, you've either got to raise taxes or sell bonds. This whole notion, but all of this stuff pays for itself over time because the money comes back. No, it doesn't. That's not the way it works. Just do a basic economic search on how this stuff has worked over the years. It doesn't matter whether it's Republicans or Democrats in charge. This always results in higher taxes. And people say, well, the rich need to pay their fair share. Look, if you look at it, the rich actually pay a large percentage of the taxes. Now, do they have loopholes? Do they have all this stuff? Yeah, they do. But if you look at the tax bracket that tends to pay for most of what the government spends, it comes from the wealthy. Now, that doesn't mean the poor don't get hit. That doesn't mean Jeff Bezos, Gates, and all these billionaires don't find loopholes that they never pay taxes personally because everything's through a corporation. They obviously don't pay their fair share. But what's going to happen is this is going to get spread out. And when you have a bill that is supposed to cover expenses for 10 years, but the taxes that are being raised, they're going to go on for 15 years. Basically, you're spreading out these taxes over two generations. A generation that isn't even out of high school yet is going to get taxed for all this stuff that they want to do, which is, it's ridiculous. So nothing is free. That's not the way it works. Okay. Second topic I want to talk about. We are seeing a lot of this going on with regards to healthcare workers that don't want to get vaccinated, that have either already been infected with COVID and are saying, I have the antibodies, there's no reason for me to get the vaccine, or they believe that the therapeutic drugs out there that are treating COVID are actually as effective as the vaccine itself. Now, listen, with regards to the vaccine, people are like, look, I've gone over this. With regards to, I am not anti-vax. I'm not an anti-vax person. So don't start saying, no, I'm not an anti-vax person. However, there are certain scientific things that we know. There's a report out of Israel that's been peer reviewed. If you have the antibodies, you are actually more protected from COVID than the vaccine. First of all. Second thing, when you look at the vaccine, people say, well, you had all the vaccines as a kid. Yes, they did. But those vaccines actually prevent you from getting the thing that you're vaccinated against. This is not that type of vaccine. This vaccine just keeps you from getting sick or dying from COVID. It's not a preventive, because we see people that are vaccinated getting COVID all over the place. So that's the other thing. So All of these healthcare workers, remember, they were heroes. There were signs, everyone's lawn, heroes, heroes. Now, people are calling them the villains. They are now the villains because anybody who doesn't want to get vaccinated, immediately villain. And there are people out there that are saying, I can't believe these healthcare workers, they're endangering me. And you know what? They're putting me in harm's way. Because every time someone's not vaccinated, they're actually affecting me and everyone around them by not doing the thing they're supposed to do. Oh, can I have a sip of here? Take my big gulp back. I mean, come on. Let's stop. Let's stop. When there are certain things that we know with regards to therapeutics, with regards to people that have already have the antibodies, we have to take a rational, reasonable approach. And this administration is no better than the last one. They are way out over their skis. And again, it doesn't matter who's in charge, red or blue, they're screwing this thing up royally. All right, let's lighten the mood a little bit. Something I want to talk about that I've noticed in going back to work. Rich people have no sense of humor about being rich. Rich people don't like to laugh about the fact that they're rich. In fact, look, one of the things that you see with wealthy as opposed to lower income people, middle class people, is comedy clubs. Okay. Wealthy people don't go to comedy clubs. There's a couple of reasons why. One, the tickets are cheap and they don't like to do things where tickets are cheap. They like to do things where things are expensive and it's more exclusive. Two, anyone can go to a comedy club. And that's not, no, we don't want to go where anyone could go. We want to go where just we go, we can. The other thing is humor is really designed for people that have struggles in life. Now, I'm not saying wealthy people don't struggle with all kinds of, mental stuff and don't have stresses, don't have worries, don't have stuff like that. But humor is actually meant for people that go through and have suffer more strife in life, suffer through more things that make them sad. Hence, they watch TV to laugh, whereas rich people go to country clubs. They go and here's the funny thing about wealthy people. Wealthy people don't talk about how much money they have unless they're around other wealthy people. Then it becomes just big dick contest. Then it's just throw it on the table and let's break out the roller. So that's one of the things I've noticed, because whenever I do jokes and there's like wealthy people, yeah, we don't want to laugh about the fact that because there's people here that don't have what we have and we don't want to laugh. And meanwhile, all the poor people in the back are like raucous and cheering and having fun. And yeah, so that's one of the things I noticed in life anyway, as I'm going back to clubs. Last thing I want to talk about, and I know I'm keeping these videos short because everyone complained that they were too long. Last topic I want to talk about, it is that time of year, and I'm going to do the questions for everyone checking in. It's that time of year. It's that time of year where suddenly pumpkin is in everything. That's it. Pumpkin is invading our lives. Now, I know that there are some people that love pumpkin season, other people that hate pumpkin season. When it comes to certain basics like coffee, I am a person that loves coffee. I love coffee not because it keeps me alert, not because it makes me talk fast like I'm rambling right now. I love coffee for the taste of coffee, which is why, and I'm telling you something right now, I haven't had any of the major chain coffees since July 1st of last year. In fact, I made it a point to any opportunity I get, I try to shop local and small. So I hit local coffee houses around me. There's a couple places in Oradell. There's Caffeine is one of them. There's a place in Ridgewood I go to. I try to hit small coffee shops. I don't go to the big places. I'm not even going to say their names because why do it? Because it's going to wind up in an algorithm. So this is my take on how I do coffee. I don't like flavored coffee, period, end of story. I like coffee that tastes like coffee. So I know people are going to make fun of the way I'm saying coffee. I'm from Jersey, whatever. That's my thing. So when it comes to pumpkin spice lattes and all, that's not my thing. The other thing is it's not real pumpkin. It's like this squirt liquid sugar crap. So I'm not into that. When it comes to, the pumpkin pie thing, yeah, of course. When it comes to, I really don't eat sweets anymore. So, but once the pumpkin stuff around pumpkin cupcakes, pumpkin this, pumpkin, that I'm fine with. I just don't like the marriage between pumpkin and coffee. because I feel like it's this weird arranged marriage in like some old Italian culture or like Indian culture where we're going to put these two things together because they have to go together. And then there are people that are like, oh my God, this is so great. And the two of them are like, yeah, I guess this is going to work out. And then whenever half of the people love it, they're like, oh yeah, okay, this is a good thing. And half of the people are like, no, this is a bad idea. They should have gotten together on their own. It shouldn't have been forced. So that's my take on the whole pumpkin in everything. But we saw this too with pomegranate. Pomegranate out of nowhere, like 10 years ago, just invaded everything. Everything in the aisle. Cranberry did an invasion and pomegranate did an invasion. And I'm going to tell you something else. When I grew up as a kid, it wasn't called a pomegranate. I don't know if anybody out there remembers this, and you can say in the list, it was called a Chinese apple. Does anyone remember that a pomegranate was a Chinese apple as a kid? Because I remember them being called Chinese apples. In fact, I would swear, even in the supermarket, it said Chinese apple. And maybe I got it wrong. I don't know. But yeah, so there's this invasion of pumpkin right now. I don't like it in coffee. I like pumpkin, just as pumpkin. Just, yeah, like pumpkin pie, pumpkin muffin, pumpkin whatever. I'm fine with that. Okay, I'm going to hit the questions on the stream. Let's see what everyone's saying. Tracy, hi, Lucy. Yeah, where's my puppy? She walked away. She was somewhere up here. But yeah, that's my little girl up there. Nothing's free. No, Jeanette, nothing is free. Governor is paying the lazy way to go back to work. Deb, hi, sorry I'm late. You're never late. Again, tell me if you're watching live or on the stream. It's all the same. Felicia Arago. Yeah, you remember the Chinese apple. Deb, yes, it was a Chinese apple. So what was that? We have to look into why that changed. Is it because like calling it a Chinese apple was racist? Or was it just because someone was just like, no, dude, that was never a Chinese apple. It was called a pomegranate. You screwed up. But there's also Asian pears that are out there. So, I mean, if Chinese, and again, I understand why Chinese apple would be racist. If it's Chinese apple, it's Chinese apple. There's Japanese eggplants. There's certain things that have names that it's the thing from where it, whatever it's called. So I don't know that a country in front of something makes it racist if that's what it is. So whatever. Dana Wiseman, hey, from the UK. The UK checking. Look, I am officially international. Thanks to Dana. Dorothy, Nespresso pumpkin is yummy. Yeah, again, just like the taste. And I like heavy, dark, like powerful. I like that's going to punch you right in the chest type of coffee. Me, I love an espresso. I tend to go latte, but now I don't drink lattes because I'm trying to avoid milk. I don't really do milk. I do this oat creamer. I know. Go ahead. Say it. Did you put the oat creamer next to your purse? Whatever. I don't care. All right. I'm getting off milk. Go ahead. Make fun of me. Yeah. So I'm look, some people love it. Other people don't. I'm not in coffee. Everything else is fine. In fact, someone was telling me pumpkin is like super high. I forget on what vitamin. They're like, it's one of the superfoods out there. And really, it's just a member of the squash family, which I love spaghetti squash, and I eat all that crap anyway. Okay. Gary Warner, fun fact of the day. In China, the pomegranate's chief significance has been as a symbol of fertility. That's why they have so many people there. It's the pomegranate. We were wondering what it is. It's the pomegranate. And I don't know how it's a symbol of fertility, because how can you have sex if you're eating a pomegranate? Because it takes 19 hours to pick all of the little things out. So by the time you're done eating the pomegranate, everyone's asleep. No one's having sex anymore. It took you all day to eat the pomegranate. All right. So everyone, that is my live for today. Just a reminder, don't forget, please subscribe. YouTube, go to my YouTube page. You're not going to have to do anything. You don't have to pay anything. You subscribe. You can ignore the emails, but the more viewers I get, the better it is. I'm putting up a lot of pictures from the road in my live streams, and then at the end of the weekend, I'll put them up on Facebook and Instagram. There are still tickets left for the Hack and Sack show on October 29th. It's about half sold out right now. It's probably going to sell out as we get closer to the date. What else? Oh, a fun thing is happening tomorrow, so stay tuned on my Instagram and my Facebook page. Spread the word. Tell everyone this is fun. Don't be afraid to shoot me topics if you want to have, me make some, jokes about stuff. yeah, and let's just keep doing this as long as it's fun. All right. Thanks everybody for checking in, and have a good night. I'll see you guys whenever.